5 ways to stay positive around negative people. You know those days when you're feeling good, your mood is light, your energy is high, and then one conversation with a negative person seems to drain all of that away. It's almost as if their energy seeps into yours, quietly shifting your emotional state without permission. If you've ever felt that, you're not alone. And there's a reason it feels so powerful. Human emotions are contagious. Psychologists call this emotional contagion, the subconscious process of absorbing and mirroring the emotions of those around us. When you're surrounded by negativity, your brain's mirror neurons start reflecting that emotional tone back to you. But here's the good news. With awareness and a few mindful strategies, you can protect your inner peace without shutting people out or becoming cold. So today, let's talk about 5 powerful ways to stay positive around negative people, based on real psychological principles, not just empty motivation. The first way is to emotionally detach, not from the person, but from their energy. Now, that might sound cold, but it's actually a form of emotional intelligence. When someone constantly complains, criticizes, or radiates pessimism, your brain automatically registers that as a threat. It triggers a mild stress response. Cortisol rises, heart rate increases, and before you know it, your body joins their emotional storm. Psychologists call this empathic resonance. It's what helps us feel others' emotions. But when empathy turns into absorption, you lose emotional balance. So what can you do? Create an inner boundary. The next time someone's negativity starts pouring out, imagine an invisible glass wall between you and them. You can still see and hear them. But their emotional waves can't drench you. You're listening, but not absorbing. Try breathing deeply while they speak. That small act tells your nervous system, I'm safe, I'm grounded, and this isn't my emotion to carry. This mental separation helps you stay kind without becoming emotionally drained, a subtle but powerful shift from reaction to awareness. The second way is to anchor yourself in self-awareness before interacting. Negative people often have a strong emotional presence. They can pull others into their world without even realizing it. But when you know your own emotional state before engaging, you become less likely to be swayed. Before entering a tense space, whether it's work, family, or a friend who tends to complain, take a brief emotional check-in. How am I feeling right now? What energy do I want to bring into this moment? It may sound simple, but this act activates the prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for emotional regulation and decision-making. It's like reminding your brain, I'm in control of my response. The truth is, we can't always choose who we're around, but we can always choose who we become around them. One powerful psychological principle at play here is called self-distancing. Studies show that when people mentally step back and view situations from a third-person perspective, as if watching themselves in a movie, they respond more calmly and rationally. So when negativity arises, silently think, what would a calm version of me do right now? That mental distance prevents emotional fusion. You stop reacting and start responding, and that's the difference between being influenced and being centered. The third way is to protect your energy through selective empathy. Empathy is beautiful. It allows connection, compassion, and understanding. But when misused, it becomes emotional exhaustion. Psychologists distinguish between 2 forms of empathy: emotional empathy and cognitive empathy. Emotional empathy means feeling what the other person feels. It's deeply personal and absorbing. Cognitive empathy means understanding what they feel without taking it on yourself. When dealing with negative people, cognitive empathy is your best friend. Instead of thinking, this person is ruining my mood, shift to, this person must be struggling with something they can't express differently. That small shift replaces judgment with understanding, while keeping your emotional space intact. For example, imagine a coworker who always complains. Instead of getting irritated, try observing like a psychologist. What need is this person expressing beneath the negativity? Is it attention, validation, or maybe control? When you see their behavior as a symptom rather than a personal attack, your brain responds with calm curiosity rather than defense. You stop taking things personally, and you start protecting your peace with quiet strength. The fourth way is to counterbalance negativity with gratitude and grounding. Here's something fascinating about the human brain. We have a built-in negativity bias. This means our brains pay more attention to negative information because it used to help us survive threats in ancient times. But in modern life, that bias can keep us stuck in cycles of stress and frustration. When you're around negativity, that bias amplifies it, making the world seem darker than it is. To counteract it, you need to consciously train your brain to notice the good. After spending time with a negative person, pause and reflect on 3 positive things: something you learned, something beautiful around you, or even the relief of having kept your calm. Practicing gratitude doesn't deny what's wrong. It simply widens your emotional perspective. It's a psychological reset. Studies show that gratitude activates the brain's reward centers and releases dopamine, literally rewiring your mind to focus on light instead of shadows. You can also ground yourself physically. Step outside. Feel your feet on the floor. Breathe fresh air. These small actions anchor your nervous system back into the present moment, reminding you that someone else's storm doesn't define your sky. The 5th and perhaps most powerful way is to set healthy boundaries, with kindness and clarity. Many people struggle with this because they fear seeming rude or cold. But setting boundaries is not about rejecting people. It's about protecting your emotional stability. Boundaries tell others, "I value you, but I also value my peace." Psychologically, boundaries help regulate emotional contagion. When you make it clear what kind of interactions you'll accept, or when you choose to step away instead of engaging, you teach others how to treat your emotional space. For example, if a friend always brings up complaints or gossip, you could gently redirect. "I understand you're upset, but I'd love to talk about something uplifting for a bit. It helps me keep my energy balanced." This approach blends empathy with assertiveness. It acknowledges their feelings without allowing them to dominate the interaction. Remember, you're not responsible for fixing other people's emotions. You're only responsible for managing how you respond to them. At the heart of all this is one simple truth: your energy is sacred. The world is full of people carrying invisible burdens: pain, fear, insecurity. Sometimes that shows up as negativity. But your job is not to absorb it. Your job is to understand it and rise above it with compassion and strength. When you learn to stay positive around negative people, you're not just protecting your mood. You're training your brain for emotional resilience, balance, and peace. And the more you practice, the more natural it becomes. Eventually, you'll notice that negativity no longer shakes you. It passes through you like wind through trees, while you remain grounded in your center. If you found this video insightful, take a moment to like it. It really helps this channel reach more people who might need this message today. Share it with someone who often feels drained by others' negativity. It might give them the peace they've been searching for. And don't forget to subscribe for more calm, psychology-based insights that help you understand yourself and your relationships better. Remember, staying positive doesn't mean ignoring darkness. It means choosing to be the light that doesn't dim, even when the room gets dark. Keep protecting your peace, keep learning, and keep shining. I'll see you in the next video.